Welcome to Board Ghost, a story broadcast with games as the engine.
If living is a highway, then heaven is a bus stop. Been waiting for a minute there, or has it been forever? 'Cause dying don't agree with me.
We believe you're out there, hungry for stories for shared experiences. We can't see you, can't hear you, yet we will play for you. This night's offering is a continuation of our game of Fiasco using the Camp Death playset. To learn how we generate our story using the game Fiasco, go listen to our Rules Primer episode. I am one of your humble players, John Holt. With me is...
I'm Emily.
I'm Riff.
All right, welcome back, guys. This is a good camp experience.
For some.
All right, so previously, Riff, why don't you tell us who your character was and what has been happening to them so far?
My character is Joan Jenkins. She is the identical twin sister to Emily's character, Josephine Jenkins.
Josephine are fine.
All right, cool. Josephine. She is a 17-and-a-half-year-old cock tease, for lack of a better term. She's a bit of a prude, and she came to camp hoping to, glean some kind of adventure for her summer, but she's finding her sister is not really thrilled that she's there, and most of the boys that she is interested in have turned up dead. And there's also this other girl named Shayna Quibb who seems to be overly obsessed with her, and she's not really into it.
All right, so I am playing Shayna Quibb, who is she's the queen bee. She's 18 years old. This is her last year at summer camp. She was a counselor here for years, or she was a camp goer for years. Now she's been counseling, and she's going off to college. But before she goes, she wants to cement her legend. She wants to go out big. Like, this is it. This is her last year to make her legacy known. She, more than any adult, she feels, runs this camp. She's in charge of the kids. She wants a whole lot. One of which is maintaining control over Josephine Jenkins.
Oh, yeah. So Josephine is happy to be under control of Shayna, who has shaped her life at Camp Crystal Lake for the past few years. Not happy about Joan coming in because she is a dumb slut.
Well, she's a dumb prude.
I'm sorry. Joking, yeah. So she feels threatened by her sister Joan, and she's
fucking up her world.
Yeah.
We have a weird love triangle going on because Shayna wants Joan. Josephine wants Shayna.
But who does Joan want?
We don't. Well, she wanted Billy until his head turned up on the shore or the beach.
That's weird. We've had death so far.
Yeah, Billy died.
Billy, the strong, beautiful, stupid boy. His head
so
was
beautiful, so stupid.
What a gorgeous lobe.
Maybe it was just a revenge from the orange he was.
Yeah, who's the killer? We don't know yet.
Killer
okay.
Orange. All right. So our grid for this game, we have between Joan Jenkins, Riff's character, and my own, a secret relationship. Peeping Tom and eye candy. And a location, the lake, trails around the lake. Between my character, Shayna Quibb, and Josephine Jenkins, Emily's character, we have a friends relationship, alpha male / queen bee, and sycophant, and the need to get even with every last one of these motherfuckers. And between Emily's character, Josephine, and Joan, Riff's character.
Family.
Yeah, we have an identical
I got my
twin.
sister with me.
And we share a weapon.
That's
got my
right.
Old taped up oar with me.
Yeah, the old taped up war. And we've also, since Act 1, introduced a tilt, failure, something precious is on fire, and a second tilt, paranoia, sudden reversal of status or fortune or sympathy, or of fortune of sympathy. All right, so that's our tilt, that's our grid. Those are our characters. Riff, why don't you get us rolling into our story?
John, I want you to set the scene for this one.
Ooh,
for my character.
In fact, if we're setting the scene for Riff, we can both figure out what the scene should be.
Set the scene
for Joan.
guys.
Okay. I hope it's bad.
It's your choice.
So should this be continuous with the thing? Should this be like a little while later? Like
It could be the next day.
this is the next day?
Yeah. I mean, maybe had some time to deal with Billy's death. You talk about how crazy it is with people, maybe.
Yeah, is it also that like Joan was the only one nobody knew where she was?
So maybe people are suspicious of Joan.
Yeah. So they're coming so who would come to question her or come to like ask like would there be police at this point, or the counselors keeping this like contained until they figure it out?
Well, I mean, the kids shouldn't know because then
Right.
refunds.
Yeah. So would the adults kind of deal with it?
Do they know?
I mean, there's a dead kid in the camp.
One of the counselors is dead, right?
Would anyone miss Billy?
I don't know.
Billy's
up to you
dad
guys.
would.
Yeah. If Billy had a dad that stuck around.
Aw. Poor Billy.
Okay, well, these are all good questions. Do the kids know? Are they sticking around to figure it out?
I think, well, I mean, everyone's going to stay at camp,
Okay.
right? Like, this is like, maybe the adults are playing it off as an accident.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
And so they didn't involve the police at all.
No. Accidental.
They were like, oh, this boy lost his head in a boating accident. No need to call the police. His parents will be fine with that.
Just let them know at the end of the week. We don't know how
Sounds
much bad
perfect.
news we have to dole out. Maybe there's some good news. Okay, so
So the scene.
adults don't know.
Do the adults not, or the
Or
adults?
they don't care?
The adults aren't telling the police. So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
there could be some adults that are like camp runners, or like the
Or
adult
maybe
counselors.
the teenage counselors didn't tell the adult counselors. They were just like, oh, we found his head. I guess we're just going to toss it in the lake and maybe not say anything. I don't know.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. So the kids covered it up.
Shayna spearheaded it, maybe.
Yeah. Shayna's going for the attention.
Sounds
on
like
this.
she might.
Well, also because Billy was her main competition for Joan's attention.
And for Counselor of the Summer.
So who would approach Joan in this situation, or like where would Joan be at this point?
Joan would be, I think, sort of listlessly throwing rocks into the lake, thinking about the 2 days she knew Billy and really squeezing all that orange juice out of those memories with her biceps.
So Joan's skipping rocks by the lake.
This is 2 days after, is that or a couple
Yeah, this
days
is like a
afterwards?
day-
So
yeah,
she
day or
knows
so.
she knows of Billy's fate. All right,
Yeah, like it's gone around to the kids.
cool.
Who's going to come up to her though? And talk to her. Would it be one of our characters or like another character?
I mean, Shayna's hasn't really spoken
This
to
might be a
Joan
good
yet.
time for our Peeping Tom and Eye Candy
Okay.
scene
So you're skipping rocks and there's a rustling.
in a really skimpy bikini.
Yeah, and there's a rustling in the bushes.
Sure. So Joan is hanging out. She brought her towel down for some introspective time. She's not really sure what's going on because her sister seems very cold this summer. And there's a really weird older girl following her around. She's 18. I'm 17 and a half. She's like kind of like, I don't know. So she's like just hanging out on the shore of the lake, skipping rocks. That was so weird. They just found Billy's head. Where was the rest of him? I don't know. Oh, that rock didn't skip very well. Oh, that one did. What's going on? I don't know. This is a weird place. I thought I was going to have fun here this summer, but it's terrible. And now there's a rustling in the bushes behind me.
So what do? You hear this noise. You're alone on
Hello?
the beach.
Is anyone there? Who's there? Billy?
You hear a tripping and like you hear someone go, "Oh shit!"
I heard you. What's going on back there?
Shayna gets up out of the bushes.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey Joan, sorry, I totally dropped.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I dropped my this little like locket that. Do you know Billy? Do you remember Billy?
Of course I do.
Oh my God,
He
I
just
found
died
Billy. I
like
feel
2 days
so
ago.
bad about
Okay.
Billy. It's so sad. Billy gave me this locket like 4 or 5 years ago. He made it himself in craft. Oh, I can't stop thinking about him. And I wish I found that macaroni like locket he made me. Makes me so sad.
You
What
lost
are you
it
doing
in the
out
bushes
here?
I was just skipping stones, thinking about how weird this place is.
Wow, skipping stones in a bikini.
Yeah, stop looking at me like that. It's weird. I don't know. I guess, do people die at this camp? I mean, there was this weird guy on the bus on the way here, and he was like, He had this smelly sandwich, and he was telling me to beware of this camp. I don't know.
Shayna's, Joni, listen, nobody who's died at this camp has mattered, okay? Like, it's really sad about Billy, but listen, like, accidents happen, you know? Like, if you're going to get so close to a boat motor, you're going to get, it's terrible. I can't even think about it. It makes me really sad.
I mean, I know Billy wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but who would stick their head at a propeller? Who would use their neck to test the strength of a propeller?
It's, boys and their bets. Who knows how it even happened?
I guess.
So, do you, like, not get on with your sister? Like, what's going on there?
I don't know. She's been very, I don't know. I guess she's just, like, still, like, mad because I'm older and, like, I don't have to wear glasses and she does. And I don't know. I guess my grandma likes me better or something. I don't know. It's just weird. I thought she would like spending the summer with me, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, she's really helpful, but I don't know. Like, do you even need to, like, stick with her? What is going on?
She's my sister. Of course I need to stick with her. I thought she might need help this summer. I don't know. I just felt like she might want to introduce me to all the people that she knew. I don't know. Why are you asking me so much about my sister?
Look, I'm just worried. You're out here alone.
Yeah.
You don't know what could happen.
You're the one who was, like, creepily, like, stalking me in the bushes looking for some macaroni fucking bracelet or whatever.
Oh my God, it means so much to me. How can you even start that? You know about Billy? You know about Billy?
Yeah, he was like a dummy who got his head cut off by a boat. Whatever.
Joan, how can you even?
I can even, and now I'm gonna leave because you're bothering me.
All right, how's this gonna go for Joan?
Oh, I don't know who you asking. Oh, wait, you set the scene, right?
The scene.
It's going to go well in that she's going to get away from Shayna because she doesn't want to be there. And, yeah, she's going to storm off. And she's going to try to find her sister to maybe get some, I don't know, sympathy, even though it's not going to be doled out to her. I don't know.
I watch you storm off into the woods.
Okay.
Shayna watches you go off. And sighs, sort of a sigh of, like, frustration and a little bit of, like, longing. What a pregnant sigh that was. There's so much in that. And she looks down and there's the locket.
Oh, so that wasn't made up bullshit.
It wasn't totally bullshit.
Okay.
She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I thought I threw this thing away."
Oh, she didn't really want the locket.
And she picks it up and, like, throws it in the river.
Does it
skip?
skip?
In the lake. No, it just bloop, goes right down. Fucking Billy, what an idiot. And she starts walking back towards camp. And she runs into one of the mustachioed adult counselor, the one who put his hand on her shoulder earlier, like when she was giving the speech. And he comes up to her. What does he say?
Hey, Shayna.
Oh, hey, Mr. Muth. What's going on?
You seem like there's a lot on your mind. Anything happening with the counselors?
Not much. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's my last year, and I was hoping to make it a blowout.
Okay, well, have you had any thought about looking after any of the kids that you're supposed to be counseling, or?
Oh, they're fine. Like, I don't know. Like, I've done what I can. You heard my speech to them. Like, that's kind of all they need.
That's a pretty interesting laissez-faire approach to counseling young children.
You don't understand, okay? Like, I've been doing this for, 2 years now? Seriously, you haven't even been a student or a camp goer like I have. I know both sides of this coin. Oh, my God. Mr. Moof, listen. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah.
Okay, well,
Sorry.
Did you get that pot I asked you for?
Yes, Mr. Moof. Oh my God! And she pulls out some pot from her brassiere and hands it over to him.
All right.
It's gonna be $40.
Yeah.
I know Joan doesn't like Shayna, but I do.
Shayna, you could get in a lot of trouble for that. Huh, I'm just kidding. Give me that shit. So brooding.
How's this gonna go for Shayna Quibb? Both you guys can decide how it may go.
What does Shayna want from this scene? What does she want?
What does she want? I think she wants to. She's talking to Moof. I think
That was a good name, by the way. Moof. M-O-O-F?
yeah, or M-O-U-F-F.
F-F-F. M-O-U-F-F-F. It's 3 Fs. I feel like he would be like very mad at everybody for not remembering it's 3 Fs.
She wants to get back, she wants to get her shit together and get back to the group and reestablish herself. She feels like she lost some momentum by freaking out about Billy.
What do you think that's gonna go for?
I think it's gonna go okay.
Oh,
So
it's gonna
good.
go well.
All right. Yeah.
So Shayna's walking. She's walking back to camp. She hears the kids running, the raucous sounds of the camp going, and each step gets her closer and closer to her element. She's ruled this every summer. This has been hers. At school,
You said Ben Hur. Sorry,
she's been her. At school during the year, she's Quibber. She's just she's known for having headgear. She's summer is her year.
Oh, she's the Quibber?
Yeah, she is not Shayna Quibb, the queen bee. She's just the Quibber. She's just kind of shat upon at school. So, but yet now this is it. She's going to redefine herself when she goes to college. And at summer camp, she already knows, she's blazed this path. And every step she gets closer to the camp, is more, she's just, strutting in, hot shit. Everything's good.
Oh, no.
Josephine is back in her bunk. She's putting 2 and 2 together.
Is that a euphemism, or? No.
Maybe.
She's
2 and 1 together, maybe. She's realized the way that Shayna looks at Joan, and she's realized that they're identical twins. So she's
wait, what now? Shayna and Joan are identical twins?
no, the twins are twins.
Right.
She's putting it together that she can, that she could be.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So all she has to do is, she brushes her hair upside down. She takes off those pesky glasses.
She bumps her head into a wall because she can't see.
She's ready to feel her way to Shayna through the camp that she's gone to.
Ooh, I like this.
For 4 years.
Wow.
She knows her way around.
She knows her way. She feels her way to the door. She's wearing her most Joan.
Maybe she stole some of Joan's clothes? 'Cause
She maybe did. She did. She stole her clothes.
She tied her flannel into a little bikini blouse kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Shows off
Cool.
her midriff.
Her midriff. The shorts that she was tearing to be more like Shayna's, she tears a little more
Ooh.
to be more like these
Little
are
extra thigh showing, some ankle maybe.
I'm getting aroused over here, honestly.
shorts. So
Joan is getting aroused, thinking about herself, reinventing herself.
Josephine becoming Justifine.
Ooh. Oh, what? Okay.
It's like Urkel and Stefan.
Oh, man. Wow. I feel like that was maybe planned out ahead.
I wish it
don't know. Okay.
So she steps out in the sunlight. She bangs the door open. Some little camper. There are campers at this camp, I suppose. There's
Yeah.
a camper.
I guess there have to be.
A prepubescent camper sitting outside with some fishing equipment, and he sees Justifine.
His jaw drops.
Yeah. What is...
He drops his pole into the...
Is that a euphemism?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, so what does he say?
Oh, the kid?
Yeah.
Hi, Joan, Miss Joan, you're looking really nice.
Thanks. I know. And then she's going to walk off and try to find...
He just swallows
So she's going to go to try to find Shayna. But she can't see. But she can see blobs.
Oh. Should we decide how this goes now?
Oh,
I
don't think it's going to go well.
Oh.
I think it's... Yeah, I think we should...
Yeah?
I don't think
right.
it's gonna go
It's
well.
going-
I think
it's
she's
going
gonna,
poorly
It's
for
gonna go poorly.
Josephine.
Wow, you have all these black dice now.
It's just fine now.
Justified.
If Justin Timberlake is listening,
Okay,
that should be his next album.
So she's walking down the trail, just a little bit out of sight from the the prepubescent camper. He doesn't need a name. Camper 3, I guess. And she trips over a root in the path, falls on her face, gets a little dirty, gets a little messed up. She decides everything's still okay, but she looks horrible.
Joan is gonna come upon Justifine, who has just fallen in the mud, and realize that the branch that she tripped over was actually the severed arm of another dead camper.
Of a kid this time?
But she can, yeah.
That's
yeah,
hopeful.
Yeah, let's do that. Can it be a kid this time? Sure. Yeah, and Justifine couldn't see because she obviously was not wearing glasses. So she's gonna come upon Josephine and try to console her because she's like, well, like, what are you doing here? But also, oh, you look really nice. That's weird. Why are you wearing my dress? And now it's all muddy. Thanks. But also, like, holy shit, you just tripped over like a severed arm, leg. What do we want to do?
Well, first of all, it's shorts and a top,
Okay. Oh, that's right. You described it.
most importantly.
All right.
So there's an arm or leg sticking up out of the mud.
Yeah, and that's what Josephine tripped over. Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh my God, you're all covered in mud. Oh my God, I'm so
Yeah, I'm fine,
sorry.
I'm fine,
Are
I'm
you
fine.
okay?
Do you
Wait,
go to help her up
wait a minute.
and get pulled in?
Oh.
What is it that you're wearing my clothes?
And I'm going to pull her in the mud.
What the hell? God, it's so gross. What's wrong with you? Why are you so mad at me? This whole summer, you've just been really cold to me. This whole summer, meaning the 5 days we've been at camp.
So I see you tripped over the same a route that I did.
I didn't trip over anything. You just pulled me into the mug, and that's not a root. It's a leg!
You are so melodramatic.
Oh my God, look, it's a leg.
I see a.
Where are your glasses?
I dropped them.
What are you doing wearing my clothes, and why is there a leg?
What do you mean a leg?
There's a leg. You tripped over a leg. There was a dead boy's head the other day, and now you tripped over a leg.
I don't see how those things could possibly be related.
You don't see a lot of things.
So I'm gonna feel it in the mud, and then I'm gonna feel the leg, but I'm gonna just initially think it seems like a really squishy tree branch, and then I'm gonna be like, "You're so melodramatic. It's just a branch," and then I'm gonna get to the toes, and kind of just drop it.
In shock or like
Just not sure what to do.
it's a foot on a leg.
Where's the rest of it?
I don't know. Where was the rest of Billy's body?
I don't know how this is related. You've never been to camp here before.
No, and I don't think I ever want to come back here again. So that piques Justifine's interest.
I've seen some more legs.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm wanting some sisterly love from my sister, trying to help her, and I'm also trying to make her see that this camp is a death trap, because it's like our first week at camp, and there's two there's a dead body again.
I mean, there was a severed head, and now there's a
Yeah,
severed
now
leg.
there's a leg. We don't know whose leg it is. Maybe it's Billy's leg. Who knows?
Or it could just be a leg that belongs to another camper that just doesn't have a leg.
Yeah, that's probably not likely. But yeah. Anyways, she's trying to.
No, it's not going well for you.
Okay, yeah, it's really not. It's not going well for me at all. Joan's gonna storm off in a very, you know what? Sometimes I don't even know if you're really my sister. Storm off, trip over the leg on the way out, and be like, ugh, this fucking leg, and then shout back from beyond the trail, make sure you return those clothes to my bunk.
Stomping back towards the camp. She's very close now. Shayna comes upon Joan in the mud pit, in this muddy part of the trail.
Joan V2.
Yeah.
Okay.
V1.
Oh my God. Joni, are you okay?
And then Justifine.
You're covered in mud.
This is
You're covered in mud.
huge. This is huge
That's
for Justifine. So she's gonna be like, Oh, I think I hurt my leg. Could you,
Yeah. Oh, did you? Oh, and you just changed too. This is
Is
terrible.
it severed and hanging out over there?
What happened? What happened?
I tripped
Oh,
over...
here, let me help you up. And Shayna helps you up out of the mud.
Yeah, Justifine's all about it. Getting helped up and having her hang on her.
Oh, so you're like hanging on Shayna.
Yeah.
Okay. Shayna's not shy about the mud. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is terrible. Joni, what are you doing out here? What happened? How did this happen?
I tripped on this branch. And, like, inside, trying to weigh whether to tell her.
That is actually a leg.
No, that's not on her mind.
She's just loving the attention.
She's like, should I let her know that I'm not Joan? Or should I just kill Joan?
Oh, Joan, that's like a leg or something. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry oh my God, come here. And like hugs you closer and we both kind of scream a little bit.
Hold me. Let's not tell anyone.
How's this going to go for Shayna Quibb?
Well, is it like how it's going to go or is it how does she think it's going?
It's a little bit of both, yeah.
I think it's going well.
It's going well. All right.
I mean, we only have 2 white.
It's going to go
Fittingly,
well.
it's going well because
So-
Shayna Quibb's getting some one-on-one time with who she thinks is Joan.
So she kind of like says, Joan, listen, hold on a second. She like covers the leg in mud to like hide it and branches. Says, listen, you just need to forget about this. Come on, let's go back to the cabin. And then sort of like fade to black as they both like go back to the cabin. We got to get you cleaned up.
Cut to about, 40 minutes later. Justifine is going to leave a sleeping, maybe, Shayna.
Were they spooning?
Yes. Well, she's just gonna leave the cabin looking self-satisfied. And she's gonna go to try to wander in the way that Joan went with her.
Along the way, she stops at the boathouse.
Yeah, she's gonna stop at the boathouse and pick up an old taped up oar that she broke her first year at camp, and it's just been sitting in the camp shed. She's gonna go to try and find Joan.
With the oar.
Not just using it as a walking stick for now.
Cool.
Just
Twisted her ankle a little bit.
yeah, twisted, and she's gotta feel her way because she can't really
she's
see.
not put her glasses on.
And she's gonna go to where she thinks Joan would be, over in her well-known secret rock skipping spot.
All right.
So she's gonna run across.
What time of day is this?
It's dusk.
It's dusk. Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
She's gonna walk up, kind of like feel her way. She's been at this camp for 4 years. She can really just picture it in her mind, even though everything's a big fuzzball, especially as the dusk.
She's choosing not to wear glasses at this point. Is that?
She left them at home. Broke them?
Oh, I guess because she was at Shayna's tent
As Joan.
as Joan, so she was just like, I'm gonna get an oar as a walking stick
Yeah,
and
so
go find my sister.
She's gonna go find.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
So she's gonna.
So Joan's gonna be at the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Skipping rocks again.
Skipping rocks, making lots of noise.
She's very vapid, I gotta say. Joan's a real dummy.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Joan? Yeah, she's so. She's,
We know Joan.
we know Joan. She's a dummy. Skipping rocks. This is my rock skipping song.
Hello,
I like to skip.
Joan.
Oh, hello. What's going on, sister?
Are you doing up by the lake? Just
This is my skipping stone spot, and I come here when I'm feeling lonely, which is where I've spent most of my time at this camp. Your camp is weird.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you feel that way.
By the way, wear your glasses. You can't even see anything without those things.
Where we're going, we won't need eyes to see.
What does that even mean?
Come in.
Look at you. You're using that old busted up oar to find your way around. Where did you leave your glasses? I tried to help you earlier when you tripped over that weird leg, which I guess that's not a thing.
And I'm just gonna take the taped up oar and lunge at her. But
All right.
Okay.
So this is actually the last die. This is wild. So we can decide whether it's going to be good or bad.
Whose scene is this?
This is Emily's scene.
I think it's gonna go well.
All right.
I think if she wants to beat the shit out of her sister, it's gonna go real well.
All right. So you lunge with the oar.
at the blob in my vision,
At the blob that looks kind of like her.
Justifine is gonna hit the oar on the ground. The tape's gonna come off. It's gonna become very jagged on the edge. And she's just going to somehow land that jagged oar edge right in Joan's eye.
Oof.
Eye. Oh, wow. Brutal.
Who needs glasses now, bitch?
So Joan's just gonna like be hysterical. What? What are you doing? My eye! Oh, I can't. Why? Why? Why me, Nancy Kerrigan, via 1990 whatever? Yeah, she's gonna be flailing on the ground, freaking out, and
all you'll hear.
she has no idea what's going on, why her sister did this to her.
You just hear, the sounds of her freaking out as there's a pan
As there's
up.
and then maybe a
the
flock of
evening
birds
sky.
going across the lake.
Oh, yeah.
Some ducks that we might have scared from the.
The screaming.
Yeah, some Canadian geese.
So that is the end of Act 2. So what we do now is roll all our dice
Ooh.
and add them together, subtract the high number from the low number sort of thing.
Oh, white one, dreadful. You are certainly dead, probably from a self-inflicted wound. People you care about are also probably dead, maybe through your own stupid, ugly failure. To say that you fucked up is an insult to fucked upness. You have redefined the term.
So I have a 4 white high. Bitter. You know what it's like to be utterly crushed, casually brought low, forced to eat your own words, and stand mute and powerless before your enemies. They gloat, and you are helpless.
0. The worst thing in the universe. This probably doesn't include death, since death would be way better than whatever this is. Be creative, and don't settle for the first worst thing that comes to mind. There's something darker, more awful, more wretched in there somewhere.
All right, so now what we're going to do is, we'll each tell, we each have 4 dice, so we'll each tell a scene. We'll go around 4 times and just tell, one little snippet of a scene.
A flashback of Joan running away from Justifine right after the leg discovery, and she's gonna go back to her bunk and ruffle through some things and look through a little family portrait album that she has, and she's gonna find a picture of her and Justifine. The point of the scene being that she really is the one who she looks up to Justifine more than Justifine thinks that she ever did, maybe. She came to camp because she never thought that Justifine was. She always thought that Justifine was trying to get away from her because she she's so aloof and stupid that she didn't know that Justifine thought she was the worst person on the planet. Tragic. She loved Justifine, even though Justifine thought she was her biggest competition.
Shayna is just bathing. She's laying in her bunk, kind of glowing. She's just really comfortable and relaxed and happy and fulfilled. And she smells smoke, and she awakens fully. She looks around, and her cabin's on fire around her.
After the eye stab, Justifine is standing over her twin's lifeless corpse, or sticking out of eye socket, kind of feeling really good, thinking things are going to be really great. So people at this camp don't really seem to care if you've killed someone. Nothing really, seems to have a follow-through. She's been here for 4 summers. She's seen a lot of death. So she's planning to just go back to Shayna, try to leverage her new sexuality as just a way to solidify that she's going to be as close to her as possible. And then she sees the smoke.
A flashback to Joan she's at Shayna's cabin, and she's kind of
This is a flashback?
hanging around. Yeah, it's a flashback.
Yeah.
She's hanging around. She's trying a cigarette, even though she's heard it's kind of gross, but she wants to smoke a cigarette because Justifine smokes, and she wants Justifine to think she's cool. And After she decides that she's had 3 drags and it's really gross, she tosses the cigarette into some very flammable dry grass outside of Shayna's cabin and then goes to the lake to skip stones because she's sad that her sister doesn't like her.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah, Shayna rushes to the door of the cabin, and flaming logs like fall down in front of her, and she screams, she shrieks as more like fire just starts raining down around her.
Justifine sees the cabin begin to collapse, and she realizes that without Shayna in the way, without Joan in the way, she can really, really just be on top of all of this, and no one will know. And so she just stands and watches it burn.
Out of the vision of one blurry eye kind of opens and looks around, and there's blood, and there's an oar that's bloody hanging out, and there's some ducks flying overhead.
This is actually a flash. This is a flash forward, like pretty far forward, probably like 5 or 6 years later, for Shayna, and she's in a wheelchair. The person who helps her like push her around, she doesn't have fingers or anything, so she's just pushed around.
Wow, extra brutal. They melted off.
A woman, like a young teen woman, is pacing in front of her and saying, I know that you all have infirmities and have issues, but we're still gonna have a good time at camp this year. But I don't want to see anyone sneaking in anyone's cabins. I don't want anyone taking, I don't want to hear any wheelchair squeaks after curfew. And you like pull away, and it's like camp for the specially abled.
Oh, brutal. That's brutal.
She's sitting in.
It's back to the cabin on fire, dead twin. Justifine walks back to camp. Can't really see that well. She knows the way. She really just takes her stride with the rest of the campers. Get back! Get back from the fire! Get away from the fire! We've had fires before, we'll have fires again. Everybody, get back. Get out of the way. And she just starts emulating Shayna, looking like Joan. Just kind of pan out an area of her just directing like the tyrant she wanted to be.
What's that guy's name? The mustache man, Moof. What was his name? Moof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Move.
3 F's.
3 F's. M-O-U-F-F-F. 3 F's. He comes upon who he thinks is Joan, but it's, just a fine, helping campers escape the fire, or, and he does the hand on the shoulder thing, and he's like, Joan, is it? Oh, you'd make a great counselor. Where is everyone else? Did you make sure everyone's safe?
I'm trying to make sure everyone's safe. I am Joan, and there was a fire, so I'm not sure. So I'm not sure who's out there and what happened to them. But if we can just get all of these campers safe right now, then I think everyone's gonna be okay.
All right.
So Shayna, this is the fires died down, and they're wheeling Shayna out on a gurney, and she's mewling in pain, like she can barely move. She's just she's a swamp thing. She's a monstrosity.
Her fingers melted off.
Yeah, she's terribly disfigured, and she's like in ice, and it's bad. It's bad. Like every nerve is burning. And Mr. Moof has a hand on Justifine, who believes is Joan's shoulder, and it kind of pulls past, and we just kind of like the camera as we pan past them. The gurney goes off into the distance. It lands on this kid, this like 18-year-old who's always kind of been in the background, and he just thinks to himself, doesn't even matter who I kill. Nobody's gonna pay attention to me.
Justifine. Twin's dead. They think she's Joan. She just saw Shayna get rolled by on a stretcher. She doesn't want to be like Shayna. Shayna's gross. She's a swamp thing. She can't take down Joan anymore. What's she gonna do? She's stuck here with all these kids. She's gonna watch these kids. She doesn't want to watch kids. She hates kids. She hates camp. She hates the outdoors. Everyone she cared about is dead. She killed them. She turns around. She walks into the counselor's cabin, and she just accepts her fate. She's gonna do childcare for
She's
teenagers
gonna run the camp
for the rest of her life.
So wait, who? So we got the kid. Apparently, is the one who killed the 18-year-old kid. Killed Billy and whoever else's leg was sticking out of the ground.
Doesn't matter.
And what the other murders that happened before this thing happened. The real Joan unwittingly set the fire at Shayna's cabin, and Justifine killed her sister. Is that where we're at right now?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Okay. I'm just trying to follow. There's a lot of
Justifine
death.
didn't help
Camp
Shayna.
Death. There's a lot of death at Camp Death. I'm just saying. Okay.
It was aptly named.
Indeed. It's like Camp Crystal Lake, originally named Camp Death.
That was his nice name, was Crystal.
I thought the nice name was Death.
With that, our story ends. We will return again with a new tale to spin to dare to entertain. I was one of your players, John Holt. You can find me on Twitter at Lord Joho and on Instagram at board_ghost. Emily, where can people find you, or they can't find you?
I'd rather they can't find me, but
Well, not when you're killing all these people.
I'd rather they don't find me. But also, don't find me.
All right.
Okay.
And Riff, what about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me at 2 bars in Brooklyn, New York, either Hinterlands in Kensington or High Dive at Park Slope.
All right, either side of the park.
Either, the bottom or the east side, west side,
Either
west
side of the diamond.
Yes, that's right.
They both have really cool wallpaper.
All right. Thank you guys for being on. This has been really fun.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your first fiasco.
I had a great
That was really
time.
fun.
Yeah. Kill more campers.
So to learn more about the players and the engine in our story, please visit boardghost.com. You can attempt to pierce the veil and contact us at BoardGhostWorld on Twitter. Shout out through the ether if you have desires we can fulfill. Leave reviews and comments on iTunes or your preferred listening portal, and please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest episodes. We'd like to thank Pat Couple for our theme song and interlude music. You can find more about Pat at patcouples.tumblr.com or on his band's website, hotelsandhighways.com. If you're not alone in the void, share our stories. The more they are consumed, the truer they become.
Dying don't agree with me.